Good morning, Actions. Again, it's my honor to give you additional knowledge regarding this webinar. And this webinar is very important. Timely din siya kasi nga po
Good morning,
para sa mga
Actions. Again, it's my honor to give you additional knowledge regarding.
ito pong webinar to ay talagang timely for all senior high schools and also for our college students. Para hindi tayo magtagal at start, allow me to share my screen regarding my presentation. Yan, ask ko lang ang ating technical officer. Okay na po ba? Nakikita na po ba?
Okay na po. Okay na po, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Junico. Now, let's talk about one of the important na ingredient in applying your job. And this is what we call the resume. Some resume basics. So, let's go with the basics of resume. Bakit ba importante ang resume? Ano nga ba ito? The purpose of the resume are the following. First is, its main purpose is to get you an interview. Siya ang passport mo para magkaroon ka ng interview. Kasi interview is the next step in applying the job. It is often the first item a potential employer sees about you and therefore is very important. Ito ang magiging reference sa'yo ng pinag-a-applyan mo o ng may-ari ng pinag-a-applyan mo. Aside from that, resume is a short descriptive account of your work, experience, education, qualifications, achievements, and special skills. In addition, a resume may be requested by a scholarship committee or be part of your admissions application for graduate or professional school. Meaning to say, hindi ka pwedeng mag-apply basta-basta without a resume. That's why I'm here to discuss ano ba ang nilalaman ng resume, bakit ba ito mahalaga, and most of all, ano ang magiging role niya kapag nag-apply na tayo ng ating mga trabaho. The resume can be used in the following ways. First is to network with others, including at career fairs. Ayan, importante yan. Kasi nga po, kapag ang resume mo ay naipasa ng iba't ibang employer sa iba pang employer, importante nun. Kasi nga po, may reference na sila sa'yo. And aside from that, ang tawag ng referral. To be submitted along with an employer job application form and with cover letter as you apply for open positions. Then, kailangan din ang resume to be taken to a job interview. And last one is to be coupled with dynamic online presence. So, may mga websites tayo na nangihingi ng resume natin kapag nag-apply tayo ng online job. Like, for example, jobstreet.com dito sa Philippines, sa ibang bansa, LinkedIn profile. So, ito po ang resume formats. Usually, we have the reverse chronological. Kapag kasi reverse chronological, ang inuuna natin dito ay yung nakaraan natin na, or mga previous natin na pinagtrabahuan or mga experiences. Then, this reverse chronological has two types. We have the functional and combination. So, let's proceed. Ano nga ba itong reverse chronological resume na to? It starts with your current experiences, ayan, yung pinaka-latest, and then goes back in time chronologically. Most employers prefer this resume format. Kaya ko siya pinresent kasi karamihan ng mga pinag-a-applyan natin, ganito yung hinahanap nila. Gusto nila nakikita nila yung pinaka-latest mong naging trabaho or latest mong experience. So, importante po ang ganitong format, which is the reverse chronological resume. Ito po yung sample niyan as we see in our screens na ito po yung makikita natin na sample ng resume format natin, which is yung reverse chronological. Para mas malinawan tayo, isa-isahin natin siya. The resume sections have the following parts. The first part is what we call the personal info. Another is the objective. Number 3 is summary of qualifications. 4 is the education. 5th is the work experience. 6 is the skills. 7th part is the awards and activities. The 8th part is the volunteer experiences. And last part is your references. Again, ito ay generic na format. This can vary kung ano man yung hinihingi sa inyo. So, isa-isahin natin siya. So, personal information, ano ba ang meron sa personal information natin? Usually po, kapag sa resume, name should stand out. Pangalan pa lang, kitang-kita na doon sa ating resume. It can vary the placement of the name, the address, phone number, or the email address. Another, list only one phone number. Huwag na tayo mag-slash or maglagay pa ng iba pang contact numbers. Isa lang po para meron tayong credibility na ini-integrate doon sa ating resume. Another, professional sounding voice message. Kung yan po ay online, ilagay po natin yung voice natin, pwede kasing i-attach yun, then make sure that it's loud and clear. Another, kung ikaw po, ilagay po natin yung professional email address natin, hindi yung, halimbawa, sa akin po, arnoldryanmercado@gmail.com. Ayan, so, professional email address yon. Kasi yung iba po, ang nilalagay doon, halimbawa po ay Junico Santa Maria at boxmapagmahal@com. So, mali na yon. Parang ang dating sa mga employer noon, parang nakikipaglaro ka lang. Kasi nga, parang hindi naman seryoso yung email ad mo. So, doon pa lang, factor na yun. In certain cases, sa ibang bansa, importante po na yung citizen nilalagay po dyan. So, halimbawa, dual citizenship si President Piscano, halimbawa, siya ay PhilAm, so kailangan mong i-mention yung mga important basic info na yan. Another is yung objective. Dito tayo mahalagang, o ito yung pinakamahalagang part, no? Objective. Bakit ka nag-a-apply? So, the objectives should be short and sweet, preferred if you are using your resume to apply for a specific position. Example po, no? Seeking position as accountant. Ayan. So, ilagay mo na kagad kung ano yung ini-intent mo na, or intention mo na applyan. Then, if you are talking your resume to a career fair or uploading it to a website, make sure that you have this objective in a general form. Example, seeking full-time accounting position. Yan. Tapos dugtungan mo na lang kung ano yung objective mo, ano yung kaya mong i-contribute. Third section is the summary of qualifications. So ito po ay tungkol din sa'yo, no? It could also be called as profile or the qualification or the highlights of yourself. Should be tailored to the job in question via the job description. Example po, no? Blends academic training in social work with 3 years experience working with diverse clientele, adept at interviewing, report writing and problem solving, professional, collaborative, and committed. So ito po ay lagi tatandaan, dun pa lang sa qualifications natin, make sure that you are inclined in what you are trying to apply or intended mo na i-apply. Kasi nga po, doon pa lang masusukat na kung talagang seryoso ka doon sa objectives mo, sa qualifications mo, kine-check na yan sa resume pa lang. Ayan, which is the education. Importante ito kasi kailangan po ilagay natin yung recent degree natin or yung pinaka-current or latest study natin. Example, college graduate. Ayan. Tapos susundan siya ng high school graduate. Then, primary or elementary. Least expected date of graduation. So, nandun din yung petsa ng ikaw ay gumraduate. Another is the list of options, minors, and certificates. So, ano yung mga trainings mo? Then, pag pinasa mo yun, i-attach mo yung mga certificates mo. Kasi, yun yung verification nila na totoo yung mga nakalagay sa resume mo. Then, another, no? So, dapat dun sa school pa lang, college name pa lang. Sa college name school natin. Sa college name pa lang ng school natin. Ayan. Ayan, nagkaroon tayo ng konting technical glitch pero okay na siya. So dito pa lang, stand out na yung name ng university yung pinanggalingan mo. Then, kapag ikaw ay nasa list of graduation, tapos with highest general weighted average ka or mataas ang yung grades doon, lagay mo din kung ano yung awards mo, halimbawa, salutatorian ka ba, valedictorian, kasi credentials mo yon, points mo yon para sa resume mo. Then, the fifth part, the work experience or work history. Ito yung part 1, no? Importante po na ilagay natin yung current or recent job experience first. Kasi yun yung pinaka-latest. Then, hindi lahat ng trabaho ay kailangang ilagay. Bakit? Kasi po, hindi naman lahat ay, halimbawa, ikaw ay dating assistant sa karinderya ni Aling Pasing. Hindi mo na kailangan ilagay yun kasi kulang ka o wala kang certificate of employment galing kay Aling Pasing. So, yung mismo ano lang, companies, then tell the truth if wala ka pa masyadong na-apply ang trabaho. Ayan, so kasama po yan. Another, you need to list the job title first. Ano yung naging position mo doon? Halimbawa, si Junico Santa Maria, ano yung kanyang latest na huling pinagtrabahuan? Halimbawa, si Junico Santa Maria is a computer programmer analyst. Tapos, anong company siya? Or ano yung lugar na, or company na nagtrabaho siya? Halimbawa, siya ay sa Teletech. Tapos, anong city yan? Halimbawa, Marikina City. Then always remember, use bullets or paragraphs to detail job duties. Kasi po, pag dikit-dikit yan, o yung paragraph form, mahirap nga naman. So, lagay tayo ng bullets or dash. Okay yun, para mas madaling basahin ng employer. Then, each descriptive phrase should begin with an action verb. Halimbawa, current job mo, then use present tense, then previous jobs, use past tense. If you're using bullet format, no more than 5 or 6 bullets items per job. Halimbawa, si Junico Santa Maria, tapos dito sa trabaho niya ay computer programmer, analyst. So, ano yung mga ginawa niya dati? Halimbawa, creating development websites, creating applications in Google Play Store, creating ganyan-ganyan, and so on. So, 5 to 6 bullets kada trabaho para doon pa lang na-check na kung ano yung mga kaya mong gawin. Let's proceed with the next slide. Ito yung part 2 ng work experience, no? Prioritize the order in which you describe job duties, which is the most relevant ones listed first. Again, latest, pinaka-importante ang ilalagay natin. Siyempre, we want to be highlighted. Gusto natin nag-stand out yung resume natin. So, ilalagay mo yung tingin mo ay magiging extra points mo. Then, another is divide your work experience into related experience and other experiences. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, hindi lahat ng mga trabaho mo ay ilalagay mo. So, halimbawa, ina-apply ni Junico Santa Maria ay computer developer or website developer. So, doon pa lang, ano yung mga trabaho niya nung nakaraan na pwede niyang i-stand out. So, yun yung unang part ng kanyang work experience area. Then, halimbawa, si Junico Santa Maria dati ay isa lang na nagbabantay sa computer shop. So, doon mo ilalagay yun sa ibaba naman. Kasi yun ay other experience naman. Okay? Then remember to list your internships or yung mga naging OJT mo sa field na related sa yung pinag-a-applyan. Yun ay good experience. Very good experience na pwede mong i-add for your credentials. Ayan, ito naman, 6 parts, the skills. So itong skills na to, importante yan. We have the 3 kinds of skills. General or soft skills. Ito yung tungkol sa pakikisalamuha mo, yung general skills mo, pakikisalamuha mo sa mga kasamahan mo sa work, proactive approach, teamwork experience, analytical thinking, and so on. Ito, medyo importante to, no? Sir, kailangan ba talaga ngayon ay computer literate? Usually, opo. You should know the basics of computer. Like, for example, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, QuickBooks, Google, ayan. So, dapat marunong tayo dyan kasi as of now, during pandemic, kailangan din talaga ang literate ka talaga sa computer. Troubleshooting, kasama na rin yan sa basics na hinahanap ngayon na skill pag nag-a-apply ka. Then another is yung language skill. Of course, ilagay mo kung anong kaya mong bigkasin. English, Filipino, what are your dialects na alam mo? Marunong ko ba mag-Korean, Japanese? Ayan. So points yun eh. Para mas tumaas yung credentials mo in terms of your resume application. Then, the 7th part is the awards and activities. Ayan, importante to kasi kapag marami kang awards, lalo na yung highlighted ka sa mga dati mong trabaho, i-add mo yun. Halimbawa, si Junico Santa Maria I was awarded as Employee of the Month. Ayan, so ilagay mo yun doon. I-attach mo yung certificate mo kasi credentials mo yun. Also, include your membership sa mga iba't ibang organizations. Halimbawa, si Junico Santa Maria is a member or an officer of Supreme Student Government. What year? Ayan, lagay mo dyan. Then make special note if you held an office. Ayan. Kung officer ka, i-take note mo na ikaw ay isa sa officer. Kasi mas mataas yung points mo as an officer compared to membership or being a member. Dates are not required. Pero po, doon sa certificate na i-attach mo, importante na dapat ilagay mo yon. Then don't forget to list national associations. Ayan. Kaya nga po hanggat maaari tayong mga nag-a-apply, meron tayong mga connected na organizations. Like for example, si Junico ay involved sa Youth Commission of the Philippines. Ayan, pwede yan. Or kasama siya sa different national NGOs. Ayan. If listing a scholarship, remember din na ilagay mo din yung anong scholarship name yan or scholarship body, then sino nagbigay sa'yo nun, kasi extra points mo yan. Halimbawa, Junico Santa Maria, scholar ni Gob. Yan. So, points yun eh. Kasi, ibig sabihin, doon pa lang sa grades mo, meron ka ng dating, meron ka ng highlighted na part. Then, the part 8 is your volunteer experience. So, importante yan na dapat kasama ka sa iba't ibang NGO. Kasi po, it will help you to be a meaningful and yung connection mo sa stakeholders. Connected ka dapat sa social work, psychological work, sociology, credentials, students, and some other may want to list their volunteer experiences under work experience din. Kasi dapat din connected din siya sa career goals mo. Halimbawa, si Rachel Taok, member siya ng Kabataang May Magagawa or KMM. So, ilalagay niya doon ano yung KMM, so volunteer experiences niya na inattendan niya o naging member siya o nag-participate siya doon sa volunteer experiences niya under Kabataang May Magagawa. So, JCI, ayan, yung mga organization. So, hindi ko naman kayo ino-oblige na maging part ng mga organizations or clubs, pero maganda kasi na meron kayong ganyang knowledge at experience. Then another is yung references. Ayan, no? Medyo matapos na tayo sa first part ng discussion natin. No? So sa references, it should be available upon request. Ito yung mga character references. Sino yung magpapatunay na totoo yung mga nakalagay doon sa resume mo? So at least 3, no? 3 people that agree to your references. Huwag ka mag-include ng kapamilya mo kasi, syempre, not your friends. But consider your previous employers, pwede yun, professors, scout leaders, advisors, church members, yung talagang masasabi na hindi talaga first blood na connected sa'yo. Okay? Then another is, sila yung mga tao na magpapatunay na ikaw ay may good manners and right conduct, good employee ka dati, good student, good citizen of the country. Then never list your references name on the resume. Instead, if requested lang naman. So, halimbawa, reference name niya. So, halimbawa, lagyan natin ay, halimbawa, nag-a-apply si Junico Santa Maria, lagyan niya doon yung name ni Sir Arnold. Arnold Ryan yung Mercado. Anong job title? Teacher. Place of employment. So, Poro City Senior High School. Phone number, o ilagay din, and email address. So, doon pa lang malalaman na ng mga employer na pag tinawagan nila yung character reference na binigay mo, automatically, they can prove na totoo yung mga nakalagay sa resume mo. Ayan, ito pa, no? There is not one specific way to format your resume. Wala tayong specific na format. Pero yung mga pinakita ko, yun dapat yung laman ng resume mo. You have many choices. But the advice presented in this workshop or in this presentation is what employers tells us. Kasi yung mga kadalasang hinahanap. A word about resume templates. Laging tatandaan, no? You may choose to use a resume template. Then, but it isn't recommended unless you are short on time. Yung mga templates na yan, gawin natin yan. Halimbawa, mag-a-apply ka next week, gawin mo na siya this week para talagang maayos na. Hindi yung para kang one day lang, nararush ka, nararatel kang gumawa. Mamaya, hindi maganda yung kalabasan ng resume mo. Remember, a resume is the soul of your application. Yan yung pasaporte mo para ma-hide ka. And hanggat maaari po, nasa Microsoft Word ang yung resume. Lalo na kung online yan, send mo siya ng Microsoft Word format. Then, pag tinawag ka na for interview, dalhin mo pa rin para meron ka talagang ipapakita sa kanila. Then, for formatting, no? So, ano bang mga font style, font sizes ito? Use one font size and font style and font size throughout your document. Hindi yung dun sa taas, 24, dun sa baba, 36, dun sa baba, 78, ay, nako. So, ano ba mga acceptable type size natin? Usually, 10, 11, and 12 points. Okay? Be consistent with tabs, dates, and other formatting features. Kung gumamit ka ng bullets, i-bullets mo na lang lahat. Hindi yung bullet dito, tabs dito, sunflower, dito may heart. So, di ba, hindi siya professional. Use bold o i-bold natin o i-highlight natin ng bold or caps lock. Or gusto natin i-emphasize yung mga most important features ng iyong resume. So, balikan ko yung kanina, no? Ito yung tinutukoy ko. Yan yung i-highlight natin. I-caps lock natin yun, i-bold natin yan kasi mas madaling basahin ng mga employers natin yan. Ayan, sa mga nanonood ngayon, screenshot nyo to kasi importante to mamaya sa ating pa-contest mamaya. And also, it will help you a lot for your application soon. Then, okay, na-mention ko na to, no? So, another formatting tip, length is only important if you are handing the hard copy of the resume, in which case, it should be 1 or 2 full pages only. Ha? Huwag po natin, yung resume natin, 10 pages. Huwag ganon. Ang advice natin dyan, kahit 1 page nga lang, sapat na eh. Kung lalagpas ng konti, 2 pages, okay yan. That's good, 1 to 2. Pero yung lamagpas pa ng 3 and so on, and many more, hindi na yun tama. Hindi na siya resume. Then decide ka ng overall design scheme. Ayan, kung ang design mo ay bold type, so i-bold type mo. Kung yan ay semi, ay okay yun. So it's up to you. Then make the resume professional looking and inviting to read. Hindi yung parang nawawala ng gana basahin ng employer yung resume mo. Mas kaunti, pero importante, exact, yun yung tama. Now, let's go with the last part of my slide. Summary of the most important points. Remember this. Remember that the main purpose of the resume is to get an interview. Mamaya pag-usapan natin interview, which is part 2 ng aking presentation. Required resume elements include personal info, objective, education, then work experiences. Ito pa, never include false information on your resume. Ayan. Huwag kang mag-charot-charot. Huwag kang mag-imbento ng hindi naman totoo. Attach ka ng certificates kung totoo. Huwag kang mag-fabricate ng hindi naman din totoo. Be consistent with your format. Walang mga typo or grammatical errors. Hanggang maaari, i-check natin yung grammar natin. Pag hindi marunong mag-check ng grammar or walang makausap for grammar, pwede natin download din si Grammarly. Ayan, it will help you a lot para maayos ang yung resume. Tailor your resume to the particular job you are applying for. Siyempre, hanggat maaari, yung resume mo connected sa nilalagay mo o yung plan mong i-apply. Then use a cover letter to sell yourself. Hindi naman to sell yourself, to endorse yourself. Kasi yung cover letter niyan, application letter niyan. And add value to your resume. Kasi ano yun, dagdag na extra points para masabing, ay, ang ganda ng resume niya, totoo ang binabanggit niya. Diba? May mga attachment ka like certificates or trainings. Alright, so that's how we end our first part ng aking presentation. Kasi mamaya po, babalik po ako for our second part, which is yung tungkol sa pag-i-interview na. So, ano bang meron kapag nag-i-interview? Alamin natin mamaya. So, I'll be back later after ng mga importanteng reminders ng ating Supreme Student Government. Thank you po, actions.
One, two.